Did you ever find yourself in a relationship where you were the person who seemed to always be hanging on for dear life, hoping for change, praying for any result that was positive, begging even? You'll try anything, say anything, do anything just to make peace and have an easier, situation happen, and nothing was working. What they don't tell you, which I wish I knew 30 years ago, there is a certain type of person that feeds on that chaos that he brought into your life. Again, my pronoun is he. Your pronoun is whatever yours is. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. Family member, coworker, these people, they have a disorder, and I'm going to lay it all out for you. It is called narcissistic personality disorder. They are referred to, there's a whole cycle. I'm not saying one of these things happened to the person you're with and they have this. And I'm not a therapist, like I said in my last video. But there is a disorder. It is discernible, very readily easy. It's a very easy path that they follow, like clockwork. They are called narcissists, so that's what I'll refer to them as. I still don't know where to look. Narcissist, not the word that we knew, okay? He looked in the reflection in the pond, he loved himself, narcissist. The guy at the party who talks constantly and doesn't give equal airtime, and okay, he's a narcissist. The guy who just only talks about himself, narcissist, or girl, again, flip-flop. That's not what I'm talking about. There's an entire clinical psychology around a narcissist and being in a relationship with them and what their cycle is. Again, not the narcissist we thought of. This is the clinical word. There's a cycle that they do. Oh, itchy nose, so I'm going to get into a fight or kiss a fool, they say. There's a whole cycle that they put you through. And in the beginning, for example, we'll start with the cycle, and then I'll fill in videos because there's a billion words of information on each tiny little category. But the cycle to begin with is they come in, they're the ones that come in strong, okay? They come in strong. It's called love bombing, and they're good at it. And they're usually magnanimous in personality and charming as ever, and they love you. So you're the best thing that's ever happened to them, and this is date 2. Okay? So there are red flags as to how strong they come at you, which some of us miss. But shortly after that, when they're nice and settled and they think that they have you, and you tell me if this is familiar to you, they start to test you. Okay? They'll do this act, that act. The act doesn't matter. Cheating, lying, stealing, whatever. Texting, being on a dating site, whatever the act is, whatever. Let's just call it the act, because the act doesn't matter. They'll start with one, see how you react. Now, they'll lie about it, torch you a little bit. You'll claw your way back up. You'll be sorry for acting as crazy as you did. They love all of it. That feeds what they're after, which is narcissistic supply. I think I'm looking at myself now. Narcissistic supply comes in the form of you acting like a crazy person over something they did. There are people that try to do that to you. Now they're going to want you claw your way back to try to get back to the love bombing stage, because you're addicted to that. It was good. It was perfect. And he's addicted to your narcissistic supply right now until he finds his next source of narcissistic supply, which gets me to the end of the cycle. Eventually there's a discard, either me by him or him by you or you by her or whatever. But some people actually have been married to these kinds of people for decades, and they have no idea what this is called. There are people learning it and leaving their husbands and wives, and there's a whole community of people. I'll give you the videos. But after offense after offense after offense, after act after act after act, this is all part of what they call the devaluation phase. And there's a lot of tools within that they can use to devaluate you, okay? They can triangulate you, they can gaslight you, there's all kinds of things to make you nuts. I'm looking at my little list to see if but I didn't leave anything out. What happens, fight after fight after fight after fight, is you are what they call trauma bonded to this person. you will forever claw in that hamster wheel to get back to that love bombing phase because you're addicted to it. It felt that good. You can't explain it. No one's going to understand it. You can't possibly ever think you'll ever feel like that way again. Unfortunately, that guy is 5% of the guy. And it's not the real guy. The rest of it is him. This is the false self they put on for friends, family, you in the love bombing phase. The rest of it, the misery that is brought upon the relationship, which is on purpose and calculated, and usually you can count it. You can count on it. You know, any holiday, any good occasion, any Christmas, anything. You can't have the attention be away from them. A. B. It gives them a charge to wreck it. To wreck it. It gives them a charge to wreck it. I'm not bitter. This is in the literature. And why I'm trying to tell you this is because if you encounter a person like this and you embark on a journey with them thinking I'm going to change them, they love me so much, okay, that was a lot. I'm going to stop. But the next video is going to go into a little more detail each of these different things because it's extremely, extremely interesting. So stay with us.